Well, hi everybody, 2019. And I thought we'd start this week by having a quick look back at where we were this time last year. So I looked into the archives, and it was episode 17, released on January the 3rd, 2018. And fascinating, I thought. Tapatya didn't exist. She was just a pile of flat bulkhead and frame sections over on the side of the shed there. And I hadn't even finished building all of those flat sections. So that was quite inspiring to see how far we've got in that 1 year around to now. Whereas, as you can see, she's basically, I'll get out the way, she's basically boat shaped. Yeah, and in terms of the future build, where we go on from here, is that we're a bit dependent on the temperatures. If the temperature's okay for epoxy work, then there's various bits of sealing and to be done around about. What I won't do is I won't glass these sides or the main deck. The aft deck's still waiting to be glassed. I won't glass those till the springtime. I'll wait till we've got good weather for that. But there's various bits of sealing can be done round about all the time the temperatures are okay. And also I should go inside the boat and start fitting out in there, tidying up, maybe get a coat of varnish on here or there, paint the panels, get the electrics in, and start doing whatever I can inside the boat. So if the weather's chilly, I should be in the boat. If it's okay for a bit of epoxy work, I should try and get that done. And that's where we stand now. Obviously, in the long term, we've got to do the entire fitting out inside. Lots to be done there. The engine's still not fitted, the galley's got to be fitted, the heads have got to be fitted, all the electrics, all the paint, all the decoration, loads to do. Main hatch still to build, deck fittings, bow rollers, there's loads to do. So we've got a way to go yet. But when we've got that far, then it'll be time to pull her out and work on the keel and rudder. The goal really, long term, is to get this boat completely finished here. And then obviously when she's finished, then get her on a truck, get her up to some water. But that's a long way in the future. The goal, as I say, is to get as much as possible done, get her as finished as possible here, where I'm not paying for rentage for space. Let's have a look at what's gone on this week. We've made two sort of major steps towards making her look more like a Benford sailing dory. First thing that's happened is that I've been around this cabin side to hull joint and filled it both sides. I filled it first with chopped fibres in epoxy, 6mm long chopped fibres in epoxy with a bit of microfibre just to make it a nice consistency. And then the second fill was just with microfibres in epoxy. It's pretty much full and sanded, and that does away with that horrible gap that was there before, makes her look pretty complete. There will be a piece of wood comes around here. There'll be a wooden base piece on which the rubbing strake will be built. So that'll all be covered with a piece of wood running around there. And I say the rubbing strake on top of that. So it's just a case of just filling that and giving us a good base for that strake, really. The other thing we've done is that we've cut these porthole holes. I had to make up a jig for the router to route these out, but they've come out very well. Pleased. 16 centimetre, just over 16 centimetre diameter holes for the ports. They fit the ports I've got nicely. So we cut all 6, and then I also went round again with a rounding off router bit, so we've got this rounded edge to them. So we're going to try to build a jig so that I can route out the 16 centimetre holes for the ports. Alright, I'm going to take that out about like that, basically speaking. Do the job. Down there like that, down there like that. That'll do. Start with one there. Enough for the head to go in. Works. Good. There's a screw hole right in line with that. Let's find the screw hole. It's going to come about there somewhere. So we have that line there, can be 20. It's going to be there. Good. Now, run up with that. Right. to poke that bolt through there. That's him. Now hold it right there. I'll mount this on there. Just about long enough, which is good. And it's only just going to be deep enough to come through the wood, I think. So. Let's see how it goes. Hey, well, it's the end of the day, working on the old chart table, so it kind of feels like slow going, but there's a lot of thinking goes into it and measuring, and most important is that the storage area is big enough to get charts or a chart book in there, either a folded full-size chart or my lovely chart book of California, which I've measured up and I know fits in there comfortably. The chart surface, the actual table surface, will extend out this way a bit, big enough to get a half folded full-size chart on to work on, which is big enough for me. Coming on, and it's nice, I noticed one or two people watch these who know our old boat, Miss Molly, and they'll probably be recognising what's going on there. The layout is almost exactly the same. This teak wood that I've got here actually come from Miss Molly. It's wood that came out of Miss Molly, so it's recycled teak. Very nice, looking good. Yeah, and one more thing, the SV Tapatya Challenge coin. I've shown you these spinning around in the sort of video thing, but I haven't spoken about them for quite a while, so let's say something about it. Very nice, I'm going to guess about 2-inch diameter. Nice feel, good weight to it. There are 12 boat builders, I believe, who've issued these limited edition challenge coins, so probably very collectible. And the point being, of course, that if you purchase these challenge coins, you're helping raise money for these boat building projects, so that ongoing YouTube boat building projects. Now, I was going to say this. I've been inquiring about the price of sales for Tapatya, shown there, drawing by Elizabeth, as junk schooner. So two junk sails. There's a sail maker in Germany who specialises in cambered junk sails. I'd very much like to get a pair of new sails for Tapatya when she's launched. Price €3,500, and so any sales for these coins will go towards, the proceeds will go towards a set of sails for Tapatya. The SV Seeker junk store is where you can buy them. Thanks guys.
Riches in the sunset, standing out to sea. Tell me where you're going so decisively. What's your destination? Tell me where you're bound. We can move together where adventures abound. Running free before the breeze. Are there many days such as these? Red sails in the sunset, uncharted waters bound, breaking through the tethers that kept you firm ground. Just go and you'll find out what awaits you there. Don't let worries bind you, don't mean that you don't care. Running